right? You get in trouble. You can't call the police and lie to them. Right?
But let me ask you this. I can't call the police and lie to them, but what if what turns out that I think is an emergency is an emergency? For example, I actually got knock on my door once. My daughter's 6 years old. I didn't know that you can't just continuously call poison control. So I would call poison control and report that it did what my daughter just do. Is that poisonous? Because I was so nervous. Like I did it like 10 times, and then they alerted Child Protective Services, and they knocked on the door, and they said, "Hey, we're here." I swear to God. And they were like, they talked to me and Jasmine, Delilah's mom, and they were like, "What? We need to give a home inspection now because you've called poison control 10 times." And we were like, we went to the impression that was there for us for our comfort because she would take, kids.
That's how they answer the phone. Poison control for your comfort. Hey, poison control, another one coming at you. My daughter swallowed a Tide Pod.
Well, yeah, well, no, because, there was a couple of times where she swallowed a magnet, she swallowed like a roach, like things like that war and poison control.
You can't have eyes on it 24/7.
Yeah, I remember one time my daughter swallowed a magnet. I was drunk at the Mets game with my friend Lukash, shout out Lukash, and Jasmine calls me and she's like, "Hey, you got to get to the hospital right now. Delilah swallowed a magnet." And then I show up to the hospital drunk because I was at the Mets game. I was like, "Oh, she's with her mother. There's going to be no problems." And Jasmine's yelling at me in the emergency room. She's like, "I can't believe you're drunk right now. Your daughter just swallowed a magnet." I'm like, "I didn't know you were going to feed her pieces of the refrigerator." I thought she's with her mom. That, we're going to have mac and cheese.
I like to flash back to you at the game. It's like 2 more beers. You're like, I can't. Just in case my daughter swallows a magnet.
I can't. Yeah. You never know. It's a Friday night. She might, her mom might feed her mementos from our trips to Aruba. But I call, but you can't call poison control because we would call kind of stupidly.
No idea.
I remember, and in fairness, Jasmine really didn't do it that much. It was more me. Like I called once because again, just being so nervous. Delilah, she was maybe 18 months old, and I know this is stupid, but she got into a bag of chocolate that was on the floor, and she ate like 6 chocolates. She was like eating them, she was just getting teeth and melting in her mouth, and I saw like wrappers and chocolate all over her face, and then I immediately called because I thought children were the ones who couldn't eat chocolate, but it's dogs.
It's dogs.
But
children can't eat poinsettias.
Right. Yeah. That's what it is. But I can't. So I didn't know that, and I remember being on the phone with poison control and being like, she ate so many chocolates. She was like, "Okay, well, is she having any stomach pains or anything like that?" I said, "No, like what if could be poisonous?" And they were like, "No, that's for dogs." And I remember there being like a little bit of a beat and being like, "Okay." But then, so I called poison control on that. But then I remember there was one time where Delilah sprayed Febreze in her mouth, and we kind of had a family decision and said, There's no reason to call poison control. But we should have called poison control on the Febreze in her mouth. We called on the chocolate. So, but anyway, after the 10th time, we got that knock on the door. I was shocked. I thought we were going to lose our kid. And they were like, "You can't just," they were like, "Oh, as a matter of fact, the poison control guy was
maybe after the 10th poison call, it's you the problem. That's what they were saying.
Well,
why is she around so much poison?
And in fairness, Jasmine probably only called once, maybe.
You're like poison control. My daughter just drank a bottle with a skull and crossbones on it. We have them lying around.
Yeah. No, so I kept calling, but they told me they're like, "You can't just. This isn't just like a line where you can just call. Like they really have to adjust." I didn't know
them by name.
I thought it was. I was like,
"Hello, poison control." And you're like, "Can I talk to Sandra?" I usually deal with Sandra.
Don't be a fake, don't be a flake, don't run away from your feelings, babe. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed, don't hesitate to say, "Hey, babe, hey, babe, hey, babe, hey, babe, hey, babe, hey, babe."